Hello, dear students. So, in this lecture, due to some technical glitches, we are not able to complete the entire lecture. So this is the second part of lecture number 3. Here we will start from the emergency provisions. Emergency provisions. There are three types of emergency provisions. Okay, there are three types of emergency provisions. One is under Article 352, which is known as your national emergency. National emergency is proclaimed by the President when the country is at war or having some external aggression or armed rebellion. President proclaim करते national emergency की on the recommendation of cabinet. Okay, केतोले करते जेतोले war थाए, war like situation, then external aggression or armed rebellion. The second type of emergency is known as your state emergency. State emergency or called as president rule. President rule. For president rule to apply, one out of two condition must satisfy. Okay, one is under Article 356, which is known as your failure of constitutional mechanism. Failure of constitutional mechanism or constitutional machinery, and another article is 365, in which failure to comply the directions given by the state, given by the center. Okay, state emergency दी प्रकार लगे, दीटा वे लगी पार. गोटे आर्टिकल 356, which is failure of constitutional machinery. Okay, let one गोटे राज्य रे गोटे पार्टी रूल करची and due to some reason से पार्टी रो जे chief minister थे, suppose he resigned. Okay, so that will be considered as failure of constitutional machinery, and at that time president's rule will be imposed. The next one is 365, in which it says that whenever the state fails to comply the directions that is given by the center, okay, it will be also assumed that, okay, it will be assumed that there is breakdown of machineries or breakdown of constitutional machineries, and president rule must be applied. President rule दीटा उपारे लगी पारिबो, ठीक अछि. It may be applied by the recommendation of the governor of that concerned state. State जे governor थी तांको recommendation लगी पारिबो. Otherwise it can be applied by suo motoli by the president. President चाहिले तांको आडू निजे भी apply करि पारिबे. Okay, so one is national emergency, one is state emergency, and the last emergency type is financial emergency. It is applied under Article 360. 360 financial emergency जोटा आमर क्रेडिट ऑफ द कंट्री अच्छी ताकू सेफगार्ड करने, it is financial emergency provision is there. Okay, these are the three types of emergency provision. The next one is three-tier government. Okay, we will discuss what is meant by three-tier government. As you already know that at the central level or at the union, there is union government is present. At the state government. At the local level, either PRI or ULB. Okay, depending upon the locality. So the next provision or the next salient feature is three-tier government. Three-tier government. One is union government. Next is state government. And the last one is either Panchayat Raj institution or urban local bodies. Okay, this Panchayat Raj institution was given constitutional status by the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, and urban local bodies were given constitutional status by 74th Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay, these are the three government which forms three tier of government. The last salient feature is about cooperative societies. Cooperative societies. These cooperative societies were given constitutional status by the 97th Constitutional Amendment Act 2011. It was given Constitutional Amendment Act by 97th Constitutional Amendment Act 2011. It is given the constitutional status. Okay, then it is included in the 19th article of the fundamental right. To form cooperative societies is a fundamental right under Article 19. Okay, this is important. You need to remember this fact, that to form a cooperative society is a fundamental right under Article 19. Okay, and under Article 32, 33B, okay, it is included in the DPSP. Under Article 33B, it is included in the directive principles of state policy. Okay, these are the salient features. Next we will move to the schedules. Okay, during the starting phase, okay, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମର constitution enact ହେଇଥିଲା, at that time there were 395 articles and 8 schedules. Now the 8th schedule is increased to 12 by various amendments. The schedule is now 12. So we will discuss 12 schedule one by one, okay, in details. This is also important for your exam point of view, because they may ask questions which schedule contain which subject. Okay, so schedules. The first schedule, okay, the first schedule tells about the names of states, union territories and their jurisdiction. Okay, state विषय, union territory विषय and about their jurisdiction is mentioned in the very first schedule. Okay, the second schedule includes okay, emoluments, allowance and privileges of, okay, सेकेंड शेड्यूल डिस्कसन कराई एमोलमेंट्स विषय, अलाउंस विषय और प्रिविलेज विषय. कहाँ कहाँ करो? नंबर 1 प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया, नंबर 2 गवर्नर ऑफ स्टेट्स, नंबर 3 स्पीकर एंड डेप्यूटी स्पीकर of Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assembly and State Legislative Assembly. Then chairman and deputy chairman and deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha and State legislative council, state legislative council. Next, judges of High Court and Supreme Court, and the Controller and Auditor General. Okay, CAG, Controller and Auditor General. Okay, in the second schedule, it is discussed about the emoluments, the allowances and privileges that is given to these dignitaries. Okay, next we will move to third schedule. Third schedule is all about the oaths. Okay, whenever the minister, the state ministers, the CAG, they are taking oath. They are taking the oath on the basis of rules that is mentioned in schedule 3. Okay, so you just need to remember schedule 3 or third schedule is all about the oaths. Then coming to fourth schedule, this is about the allocation of seats, allocations of seats of Rajya Sabha to each state. Rajya Sabha re ketata seat rahibo each state ro, that is mentioned in fourth schedule. Fine. Next we will move to fifth schedule. Fifth schedule is about the provisions for administration and control of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes. तो जहाँ हमारा फिफ्थ शेड्यूल जो एरिया मेंशन होती हो, देयर इज सर्टन प्रोविजन्स फॉर देयर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एंड इट इज अंडर द आर्टिकल अंडर द शेड्यूल फिफ्थ. ओके, नेक्स्ट कमिंग सिक्स्थ शेड्यूल. ओके, इट इज ऑल अबाउट द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ ATMM. Okay, ATMM. ATMM stands for 4 states: A for Assam, T for Tripura, M for Mizoram, and this M stands for Meghalaya. Okay, administration of ATMM stands for 4 states. One is Assam, then Tripura, Meghalaya and Mizoram. Okay, so next we will move to seventh schedule. Seventh schedule is about the distribution of power between the center and the state. Okay, distribution of power between the center and the states. It is contain the subject list on which state and center can make laws either combinedly or independently. Okay, so seventh schedule is about the division of power between center and state. There are certain subjects on which state can make laws. There are certain subjects on which center can make laws, and there are also certain subjects which is included in the concurrent list on which both center and state can make laws. Okay, so for union list it includes 100 subjects on which union can make laws. In state list there is 61 subjects, and in the concurrent list there are 52 subjects. Fine. How to remember? Just remember 0, 1, 2. Union 100, 61 for state, and concurrent is 52. Okay, if union wants to make any law that is included in the state list, then Rajya Sabha has to pass a resolution, then only the union can make laws on the subject that is listed in the state list. Okay, and in case of concurrent list, you just remember that whenever in the concurrent list the center and state both makes laws on the same subject, at that time the laws that is made by the union will be prevalent. Dita law jodi banila center or state द्वारा on the same subject that is included in the concurrent list, then you should remember that the law that is made by the center will be prevalent. Fine. So this is 7th. Then we come to 8th schedule. Okay, 8th schedule. 8th schedule is about constitutional languages. Constitution languages. Okay, previously it was 14, now it is 22. Okay, by certain amendments, certain languages are included, and now it is 22 in number. Then we will move to 9th. The 9th schedule is included in the Constitution by the First Amendment Act. Pay attention to the 9th schedule because it is a bit tricky and you need to understand the concept. In the 9th schedule, okay, in the 9th schedule, okay, it is included in the Constitution by the First Amendment Act. Okay, First Amendment Act. What are the provisions? It says that whenever any law, okay, any law that is put in 9th schedule, any law put in or kept in 9th schedule, judicial review cannot be applied. Judicial review cannot be applied. Okay, it was done in the year 1951-52 to abolish the जमींदारी practice. जमींदार practice सेतल prevalent थिला सोसाइटी रे, तो जमींदारी practice को हटेया पाई. ओके, सो फर्स्ट अमेंडमेंट रे गोटे 9th शेड्यूल करागला. आ कहगला कि 9th शेड्यूल जदि आम कौन लॉ बनई कौन एक्ट बनई जब 9th शेड्यूल रखिदे, दैट इज फ्री फ्रॉम जुडिशियल रिव्यू. जुडिशियल जो जुडिशियरी सिस्टम अच्छी से रिव्यू करपर नहीं कि दिस लॉ इज वैलिड और नॉट. ओके, बट सुप्रीम कोर्ट इन द ईयर 1973 April 24 डिसाइडेड द डेट दैट जदि आ परे किछि भी लॉज are putting into the 9th schedule, then it will be must comes under the judicial review. Okay, Supreme Court गोटे डेट देले 1973 April 24 परे जदि कौन सी लॉ बन कि 9th schedule रखा होची, that will definitely comes under judicial review. आ जदि ए डेट आगु कौन सी लॉ बनी and it is put in the 9th schedule, then there will be that law will be that law judicial review will not be applied to that laws. Fine. So 9th, then come 10th schedule. Okay, it is put in the Constitution by the 52nd Constitutional Amendment Act, and it is known as your anti-defection law. Anti-defection law to disqualify the members of parliament, disqualify the members of parliament and state legislative. Okay, a state legislature कौन हुए गोटे पर्टिकुलर सर्टन गोटे पार्टी कैंडिडेट गोटे इलेक्शन जीतिले, and after winning the election if he wants to quit the party, ओके धरा जाऊ गोटे कैंडिडेट थिले ओके से गोटे पार्टी इलेक्शन जीतिले आ इलेक्शन जीतला पर से कहते कि मुझे पार्टी छाड़ी आ गोटे पार्टी को पलैबी ओके व्हेन एवर ही विल लीव दैट पार्टी ओके एंटी डिफेक्शन लॉ विल बी अप्लाइड एंड हिज कैंडिडेट हिज मेंबरशिप विल बी डिस्क्वालिफाइड गोटे पार्टी जीतला पर जदि से आ गोटे पार्टी को पलैबे इन द इलेक्शन जीतला पर देन एंटी डिफेक्शन लॉ विल बी अप्लाइड एंड हिज मेंबरशिप विल बी डिस्क्वालिफाइड ओके बट देयर इज सर्टेन प्रोविजन कौन अच्छी प्रोविजन जितेबाला गोटे पार्टीर 2/3 मेंबर जितेबाला गोटे पार्टी छाड़ी आ गोटे पार्टी को पलैबे एट दैट टाइम एंटी डिफेक्शन लॉ विल नॉट बी अप्लाइड धरा जाए गोटे पार्टी मेंबर अच्छा 100 ओके 100 मेंबर जीतिक आसछन्ती तो जदि 67 कि 67 टू अधिक मेंबर जितेबाला से पार्टी छाड़ी आ गोटे पार्टी को पलैबे एट दैट टाइम एंटी डिफेक्शन लॉ विल नॉट बी अप्लाइड टू द पर्सन ओके से लोक मान लगभग जदि से 2/3 कि ताठू अधिक मेंबर गोटे पार्टी छाड़ी आ गोटे पार्टी को पलाउछन्ती ओके and in case of anti defection law the speaker is the okay the speaker decision will be final speaker jaha kahibe tanka decision will be final in case of anti defection law fine there are another two schedules that is 11th and 12th both 11th and 12th are talking about the regional or local government. We will see one by one. 11th schedule. 11th schedule. It is added to the Constitution under 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, and it talks about Panchayat Raj institution. Panchayat Raj institution को जिते आमको कार्यवाही माने जिते कार्यकारी करा okay we have made certain provisions and amended the constitution under the amendment number is 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, and the schedule is 11th, and the last schedule is 12th. It added to the constitution under 74th Constitutional Amendment Act, and it talks about urban local bodies. Okay, urban local bodies, 11th for Panchayat Raj and 12th for urban local bodies. These are the 12 schedules that is added and present in the constitution now. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great day.